Well, y'all, it's Grammy nomination season, which means this is the time of year where you scream about how irrelevant the Grammys are, but then start whining when your favorites don't get nominated. Please make it make sense. But since it's in the spirit of the season, what we're going to go through today is look at some of the Grammy nominees and see who has the best chance of winning and who probably should win. D Roth, roll that beautiful beam footage. What's up, players? Thank you once again for joining your boy on the latest edition of the Soul and Stereo Sessions right here on YouTube. Where else would you be? Obviously, look at the app and get your life right. So today, as we talked about earlier, we're going to be talking all about the Grammys. This is how we're going to work this. We're going to go through a few categories. Clearly, not all of them, because this video will be 80 hours long. And we will talk about who we think should win and who we think will win the categories. So, just a little bit of predictions, and y'all can hold me to it. So when the Grammys do hit next year, you can pull this video up and yell and be like, you got it wrong, because that's why the internet exists, to tell people that they got something wrong months later. But before we get started, you know what to do. Go right there and hit like. Go right there and hit subscribe, and make sure you share this video with your people so we can get the conversation going and flowing. Plus, it helps motivate me to do more videos when I see it gets more views. Just keeping it real for my peoples. But before we get started, let me get into my Grammy swag right quick. Feeling good, feeling great. How are you? But the piece de resistance on your pimping, Grammys.
Dude, why do you have on a 2016 hat?
My other top hat was in the shop. I don't know.
And what's up with those usher gloves? Like, you look like a church usher with those gloves on. Or maybe you're going to do the mime. You on the mime ministry? I
am not on the mime ministry, nor am I Usher Raymond. Can you let my sartorial attire just dazzle and amaze?
Whatevs.
I do look kind of like a magician, but let black men be great. Let's get going. Alright, let's get to this Grammy thing. And we got the nominations rolling, so let's see. The nominees for Record of the Year are ABBA, Don't Shut Me Down, Adele, Easy on Me, Beyonce, Break My Soul, Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous, Doja Cat, Woman, Brandi Carlile, You and Me on the Rock, Steve Lacy, Bad Habit, Kendrick Lamar, The Heart Part 5, Lizzo, About Damn Time, and Harry Styles, As It Was. Now keep in mind, we'll explain some of these awards as we go forward. This one goes to the artist and the producer of the project, and in my opinion, this one should go toward Kendrick Lamar. When it comes to the work done in the song, incredible feat of storytelling and wordplay. To me, if we're just going by the actual quality of the music, which is what the Grammy should be, and what it always is, I would go with Kendrick Lamar. The best song among the nominees. I'm just going to go with the best. Now, who will win? I'm going to give it to Beyonce. For fear of us having another interruption in here. I think this is going to be Beyonce's big year at the Grammys. Some years she wins big. Some years she like does okay. The Beehive going to be pissed off regardless unless she gets 94 Grammys. But I think she's going to do very well this year. And I think that her biggest song, Break My Soul, really was the one that is the most hype. And when it comes down to Grammy stuff, usually more the most hype and attention over the best. I'm going to give that one to Break My Soul. We shall see. Now, let's go to the nominees for Album of the Year. Album of the Year, ABBA, Voyage. Adele, 30. Bad Bunny. Y'all see the title. Not gonna get in trouble screwing up that name. Beyonce, Renaissance. Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous. Brandi Carlile, In These Silent Days. Coldplay, Music of the Spheres. Kendrick Lamar. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Lizzo, Special. And Harry Styles, Harry's House. First of all, players, why is Mary J. Blige here? Look, I know the Mary J. aunties are gonna comment bomb this post and kill me and talk about how I'm gonna die and they're gonna rip up my eyeballs. No marriage stands or something else. Let me tell y'all, players, they're gonna act a fool. That album was so okay. It's like the most okay project. It's maybe, I wouldn't say it's her worst album, but it's near the back end. That album was very unremarkable. I don't know why she's the Grammy darling this time of all times. Anywho, whatever. Who should win? I'm going to give it once again to Kendrick Lamar. By far of the albums in this category, it's the best album. And yes, I've heard them all. Don't say you ain't heard. Yes, I've heard them all. However, it's not always about best. Who will win? I'm going to give it to, well, a lot of people are betting on Adele. Adele's album broke a lot of records, and a lot of people tend to forget that with a lot of the fervor over some of the other releases that came out this year. But I'm going to give this one to Beyonce. I think this is her time to win Album of the Year. I don't believe she's won it before. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is her time to win Album of the Year. Do I think this is her best album? Absolutely not. But it's absolutely her most celebrated one in recent memory. I'm going to give it to Beyonce for this one. Okay? Let's go with Song of the Year. Nominees for Song of the Year. Gayle, ABCDEFU. Lizzo, About Damn Time. Harry Styles, All Too Well. Steve Lacy, Bad Habit. Beyonce, Break My Soul. Adele, Easy on Me. DJ Khaled, featuring Rick Ross. Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, John Legend. Friday, The Pink Ranger, The Black Ranger, The Blue Ranger, The Yellow Ranger, the dude that played Moon Knight, the big dude from TikTok that's always dancing all over the place, and Paul Wall's Lost Grill, God Did, Kendrick Lamar, The Heart Part 5, Bonnie Raitt's Just Like That. Why is that a random DJ Khaled song up for Song of the Year? Let me clarify. Song of the Year is a song for the songwriters. There's a little difference between like Record of the Year. Record of the Year is like the artist, the producer. Song of the Year is songwriters. Easy distinction. Have y'all heard that DJ Khaled song? It sounds like every DJ Khaled song. It has one good Jay-Z verse that at this point has become overrated. It's a good verse, but my God, people act like it's the best verse of all time. It ain't even the best verse on this list of nominees. Let's bring it down. Anyway, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Who should win this category? I'm going with Adele. I think Easy on Me should win this one. It is the best written song here. I know the Beyonce stand's gonna go crazy. That's a fun song. It's not the best written song here by a long shot. I'm gonna go with Adele. Who will win? I'm gonna go with Adele. I think Adele has to win something, and while I think Beyonce is gonna gobble up some of these other awards, I think Adele is gonna come away with this one. But shout out to the homie Steve Lacy, because his star blowing up this year is one of the most unexpected surprises of the year. Glad to see he's getting the love that he deserves, even though he does weird stuff at his concerts. We're gonna overlook this, and hopefully you grow beyond this. Grow, brother. But let's get back to some other categories, and let's step into the world of R&B real quick. See what they got going on. Best R&B performance: Beyonce, Virgo's Groove; Mary J. Blige featuring Anderson .Paak, Here With Me; Money Long, Hours and Hours; Lucky Day, Over; Jasmine Sullivan, Hurt Me So Good. And once again, Mary J is here for I don't know what reason. Actually, this is a pretty good category, and I'm not mad at her being here. Remember, this one is about performance. And to me, who should win in terms of performance, I'm going to give this one to Beyonce. I think that Virgo's Groove is her best performance overall on that album, and it's one of the better songs. And of the options here, I think is a worthy contender. Now, who will win? I think that they give this one to Miss Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine has to win something. I feel like she has to win something in this category. So performance, her performance is great. I'm going to give it to Jasmine. But honestly, anybody here, I'm cool with. Now let's see who's up for Best R&B Song. I didn't mention this when we talked earlier about songs, but the Songwriter Awards are actually for all of the writers. And I ain't naming all of them writers. I'm sorry. I love the writers. Songwriters are very important, near and dear to my heart. But if I was naming every songwriter on every one of these categories, y'all would kill me because this video would be too long. So don't cancel me for disrespecting the songwriters, you songwriters out there. I love y'all. But let's expedite this thing. Google if you want to see them. Best R&B Song: Beyonce, Cuff It; Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous; Hours and Hours, Money Long; Jasmine Sullivan, Hurt Me So Good; PJ Morton, Please Don't Walk Away. Here's another one that's a pretty good category, and even though I got tired of it, I think the winner of this one should be Cuff It. I think Beyonce's Cuff It is the best out of this when it comes to writing. Although I did have some criticisms at the time when I reviewed the album. Some of the writing was a little too, what's the word? I don't want to say hood, but some of it I felt just leaned a little bit too, and it could have been tightened up. It was a little too loose, if I wanted to say. It wasn't so much about the spirit of it, but I felt like it could have been tight. But it's grown on me as far as a song in terms of writing, even if I'm a little tired of it right now. I think that one should win the category. Who will win? I say Beyonce again, because I think Beyonce is going to tear apart a lot of these categories. So let's go with her. So even though I had some slight reservations with the writing early on, it's won me over. I think it's cool. I think what I was trying to get at is a little too conversational. I think y'all feel what I'm saying. Like, I wanted it to be a little bit more straight and forceful. It was a little too loose, but that fits the spirit of the song. So, okay, we'll go with that. Beyonce, Cuff It, I think we'll give you that one. Now, Best R&B Album. Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous; Chris Brown, Breezy; Robert Glasper, Black Radio 3; Lucky Day, Candy Drip; PJ Morton, Watch the Sun. Alright, who should win? For me, this is an easy one because of all these albums that were nominated, Again, I do not know why Mary J is here again. That album does not deserve to be in this category. And Cousin Chris, that album, come on, y'all. Y'all just picking, you see Chris Brown and just throw him in a category. Because there's no way this album should be here. But the other three, Robert Glasper, PJ Morton, and of course Lucky Day, those are some of the best albums of the year. And of the three, I think that the best by far is Lucky Day. Really, besides Ari Lennox's album and Duran Bernard's album, those are the three top albums of the year for me. So I'm not sure where they qualified. I think Duran for sure might have been too late. Ari might have been too late as far as the submission deadline. I don't know if they did submit. But those are the three best. So of this category, for sure, Lucky Day should win. Who will win? My instincts kind of say that PJ will win. PJ is kind of a darling of the Grammys, and I wouldn't be too mad if he won here. But I'm going to go with Lucky. I think Lucky might pull it out, but I could see PJ doing it. Wouldn't be mad either. I wouldn't be mad if Robert Glasper pulled the upset either. It just better not be Chris Brown. But let's go to the rap categories and see what's going on in the world of hip-hop. Let's see. Actually, it would help if I turn it around. Best Rap Performance. DJ Khaled featuring Everybody and Their Mama, God Did. Doja Cat, Vegas. Gunna and Future featuring Young Thug. Pushin' P. Hit Kid and Glorilla, FNF, Kendrick Lamar, The Heart, Part 5. And good God, this category, ugh, I don't know. Who should win? Kendrick Lamar, and it ain't even close. Half of these songs aren't even that good, but, you know, it's all about hype, and almost all these songs were pretty hyped up. So, I'll give it to that, but I think Kendrick by far should be the winner. Who will win? I got a feeling God Did is gonna do. And don't put God in that mess. Don't put God in this. He ain't got nothing all in this. But I think that Khaled will win just because the Jay-Z verse, I guess. Everybody else is in cruise control. We'll give it to Khaled. We'll give it to Jay. I hope Khaled, if he wins, he just hands the trophy to Jay-Z because it's his. There's no way that this should happen. But I'll give it to them. We'll give this award to a very okay song. Now, Best Rap Song. Remember, this is song, so this is about writing. Jack Harlow featuring Drake, Churchill Downs. DJ Khaled featuring Everybody, God Did. Kendrick Lamar, The Heart Part 5. Gunna and Future featuring Young Thug, Pushin' P. Future featuring Drake and Tim's, Wait For You. Who should win this one? Again, easy. Again, if we're going by quality of actual songwriting, it should be Kendrick Lamar in a slam dunk. There's no other way around it. Who will win? I know the internet is just waiting for Jack Harlow. Y'all got your tweets already in draft, waiting to go off on this little boy and talk about how terrible he is that he's won. I don't think he wins this one. I really don't. The Grammys have made some horrible, horrible decisions in the past, and we sure know that they love to lean toward the white artists in a lot of these categories. The Macklemore effect, if you will. But I just don't see it. I think they're trying to get a little bit better. I'm gonna just go with Kendrick. Maybe I'm wishing too much, is wishful thinking. Think Kendrick wins this one. I don't think it's gonna be Mr. Harlow. We've seen worse. Alright, let's get ready to wrap this up. We'll go with Best Rap Album. DJ Khaled, God Did. Future, I Never Liked You. Jack Harlow, Come Home, The Kids Miss You. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Pusha T, It's Almost Dry. What a disaster this category is. What in the world? There are only 2 albums here. To their credit, the 2 albums here are 2 of the best albums of the year, pretty much across the board. But the other 3, Future, I Never Liked You, or The Feeling Is Mutual player. And then we've got, I know Jack Harlow. I've seen people say that, like, I saw a tweet the other day. Jack Harlow was nominated when he has the worst album of the year. This Jack Harlow album isn't even close to the worst album of the year. But you know what is the worst album of the year? One of the worst? That God Did DJ Khaled album. Go check out my Halloween video if you want to see that terror in full display. So no, this is a race between 2 dogs, and by far who I think should win, Kendrick Lamar, duh, no contest. Best album of the year. But who will win? It has to be Kendrick Lamar. I don't think that he wins the big album of the year award, so I think he has to take home this one because really no one comes close but Pusha T. If Pusha wins, it would be an upset. I wouldn't be upset. And these other 3 wins, give me somebody's phone numbers. We fighting. We fighting. Alright, that's it. So those are some of my Grammy predictions for the coming year. We'll see in the fall, or I guess in the winter of 2023, who actually takes home these trophies. I'm sure y'all will remind me of this post and show me all the stuff I got wrong. And you won't show the stuff I got right, because I promise I got some of these right. But let me know who you think will win in the comments. Do you think Jack Harlow destroys the space-time continuum and just gets all these awards and pisses everybody off? Do you think Beyonce sweeps the board? Do you think Beyonce gets snubbed? I don't, because then the internet will riot and everyone is afraid of the Beehive. I got a bee in there. You better be careful. She'll come in here if we aren't careful. Anyway, this edition of the Soul and Stereo Sessions is a wrap. Please don't mess it up, Grammys. And play on, players.